Konrad Adenauer-Stiftung and the Center for Journalism, Innovation and Development joined forces to mark World Press Freedom Day with a theme focused on a press for the planet, journalism in the face of environmental crisis.
It is not only to celebrate the press freedom, it is to celebrate the freedom of speech. And the freedom of speech is the essence of every free society and every democracy. Without the freedom of speech, there will be no free press. And without a free press, no society can be free.
I must pay tribute to journalists, all of you in this room, and those who are not here. And that's because we all acknowledge that journalism is the lifeblood of democracy. And Nigeria is not a very easy place to be a journalist, so I would like to use this opportunity to salute your courage. We believe in what you do, we believe in your capacity to transform this democracy. And to just also mention that because we also understand that you are human beings, you're not perfect, and you will make mistakes, and that when that happens, you will be courageous enough to admit that a mistake has been made because you do this in the interest of the public.
This event served as a platform for journalists, experts, and activists to engage in meaningful discussions about the pivotal role of the media in addressing environmental challenges.
As part of the legislative agenda of the 10th National Assembly, environmental sustainability and climate change is focal to what our House has set out to achieve as a result of climate crisis. So we decided to produce a documentary to highlight this challenge, to highlight the need for environmental remediation in the north, and for the need for stakeholders, for governments, for all of us to look at how we can support the people who are most affected by this climate crisis, and how we can collectively support these people so that they can regain their standard of living, their way of life, regain their livelihoods, and regain their historical lands where they have historically found.
If your fundamental objective is not to report the truth and to hold government and other stakeholders accountable, then it is a problem. So there are issues around funding to be able to ensure that the press is able to report without fear or favor. There's a lot of progress that has been made around press freedoms, but sometimes we frame the narratives around the fact that things are all blurred and gloomy. For us to make progress, we have to be able to acknowledge how much grounds that we have indeed covered.
Discussions highlighted the media's capacity to hold governments and corporations accountable while fostering dialogue on sustainable solutions. The World Press Freedom Day event in Abuja culminated in an atmosphere of inspiration and motivation, with participants living with a renewed commitment to leveraging the power of journalism for environmental advocacy and action.